Na komm, machen wir mal eine kleine Freude. Oh, falsch. Ah, die Steuerung.
I've found the thing you asked me for, but are you absolutely certain it won't harm you?
Don't be silly. Of course it won't.
Fine. I hope you know what you're doing. Can I have your name band now, please?
Yes. No matter what they say, I do keep my promises.
What do they... You know what? It doesn't matter. Thank you for your help.
Endlich haben wir's. Ah, es wurde ja auch Zeit. Wo rennt sie jetzt hin? Mach's gut, Schlampe. Grüßen.
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from your doctor first.
Here. Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that you are indeed Anne Burton?
Oh, all right. I didn't realize you knew how to read. There you go. Can I go now?
Of course. Thank you, Mom.
Oh.
We'll see you soon.
No, you won't. Now get out of my way.
Ja, endlich. Eine Lagerraumtür. Abgeschlossen. Employees only. Hier zu einem Büro. Abgeschlossen. Doktor
And
X.
you must be Susan Ashworth.
Well, perhaps I am?
Do you mind if I ask you where you're heading to?
I was just going for a little walk, stretch my legs, get some fresh air. Give it a rest. I'm not going anywhere.
Miss Ashworth, please relax. There's been a mistake. You have been prescribed wrong medication. I apologize sincerely on behalf of my team and the hospital, but luckily we managed to spot it on time.
On time. You have no idea what I've been through?
Once again, I'm truly sorry. I promise no more drugs will be given to you. I personally guarantee you will have a good, peaceful sleep tonight, and you can be discharged in the morning.
Why can't I go tonight? I want to go now.
I'm really sorry, but we can't legally discharge suicidal patients without a full psychiatric assessment. It's too late for it now, but I promise we'll have a chat in my office first thing in the morning, okay? And then you can go home. Is that all right?
I haven't really got much choice, have I?
Now I'd like to ask you some questions
klasse.
about your life, Susan. You might find them very personal, but it's important that you answer me as honestly as possible.
Fine. Let's get it over with then, shall we? I'd like to go home at last.
Of course, I understand. So, Susan, let's see. Are you living alone at the moment?
Nö, ich hab noch eine Katze. Ich habe meine Wohnung gemietet. Sie ist meistens recht einsam, Tee alleine und das ist auch gut so. Ich mag den nicht.
I rent a flat. It's quite lonely most of the time. I used to like being on my own, but I'm not sure if I still do. Too much time with my thoughts, and no one to talk to. Maybe I should get a parrot. We'd have a little chat each time I feel like opening up.
Or maybe you could consider finding friends through our Suicide Watch service. They're very good. Helped a lot of people.
Okay. Maybe I will.
What do you do for a living?
Ach, das mit dem Kaffee, das kauft uns eh nicht ab, oder? Na
I'm a
komm, wir machen's trotzdem.
waitress. I work in a cafe.
You do? Do you like it?
It's okay. I don't mind it. It's just a job.
It's important to keep busy. I'd advise you get back to work as soon as next week.
I will.
Describe to me what your mornings look like. What is the first thing you do each day?
Es ist blöd, dass man ja nicht alles sieht. Ich kann mich nicht dazu bringen, die Augen zu öffnen, wahrscheinlich. Ich mache mit das, was ich immer mache. Nee. Das wäre eigentlich das, aber ohne Rauchen.
I drink strong coffee and smoke on the balcony. I know it's not a great start for the day, but it's one of my little pleasures in life that I find very hard to say no to.
Would you say that you feel safer at home than outside?
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really about safety. I've just felt sad for a long time now. Really sad, you know? Somehow it brings me down even more when I go out and see all those happy, successful people. It makes me feel more like a failure. If I don't see it, it doesn't hurt that much.
What do you think is missing in your life? Or rather, what is one thing that you think would make your life better?
Ich wünsche, ich sehe Besseres.
Something to fight for, you know? A reason to go on.
There's always a reason to live. Sometimes we just don't see it that clearly.
Well, Doctor, I must have gone all blind then, because I can't see any.
Have you ever attended group therapy for depression or some other form of counseling?
Yes, it didn't help much, as you can see.
Just something to think about. I can see you're really willing to open up and talk about your issues. That's a positive sign.
I haven't really talked about my feelings for a long time.
You're doing very well so far. Do you have problems sleeping?
Nö.
Rarely. I sleep well most nights. If anything, I probably sleep too much.
Would you describe for me how you feel at the moment?
Nackt. Ich fühle mich jetzt gut, auf jeden Fall besser als vor dem Unfall. Ich fühle mich, als wäre die ganze Welt gegen mich.
Definitely better than before the accident.
Good. Hopefully you can now move on from here. With a bit of luck you will enjoy life again. Suicide attempts often have that effect on people. Same as near-death experience. It makes you realize that you're not ready to die yet. Do you find it hard to concentrate?
No, not really.
Do you drink alcohol, Susan?
Ja, ständig.
Only sometimes.
I'd suggest you don't consume any alcohol at all for a while. Does that sound like something you can do?
Yeah, sure. I'm not a big drinker anyway.
Sometimes when life gets too much and people feel sad or upset, they think about suicide. Do you often think about suicide?
Nein, natürlich nicht. Ich weiß nicht.
No, of course not. I don't know what got into me. It's hard to explain why I did it. I must have thought there was no other options left. but I never used to think about it or plan it. It just happened, as if I'd suddenly lost control. I knew what I was doing was wrong, and yet I was unable to stop it. Strange, isn't it?
Please, in your own words, try to explain to me, why did you really try to take your own life, Susan?
Nichts hat mich mehr glücklich gemacht.
It was just a sudden impulse. I'm ashamed of it now. I had a really rotten day, you know? I felt like I was suffocating between the four walls of my bedroom. It just would get worse and worse. By the afternoon, I realized I cried for the past 3 hours. I didn't even know I'd been crying until I went to the bathroom and saw my face in the mirror. I looked like a ghost. I looked like I was dead already, you know? And then I saw the sleeping pills. I thought, why not? And I did it.
Do you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
Machen wir das nicht alle mal?
Sometimes, when I feel really low, I used to think everyone would be happier without me. But I guess people don't really care. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
Hatte. Ja, wir haben ja vor uns gesagt, wir haben Arbeit.
Music.
Jo, Musik ist immer gut.
I play the piano when I'm feeling down. It's also a signal for the local cats that the food's there, ready for them. That's when they come over. When they hear the piano.
What makes you feel worse?